You know, I get so nervous. I'm over here like doing this in the parking lot of my apartment complex, and like UPS and Amazon keep going past. And like, I don't want them to see me talking over here to myself. But either way, today we are gonna talk about Dewalt and my beef with them. So, I grew up an electrician's kid. And my dad, I should say electrician / contractor, because the man did everything, right? We were a Lowe's family. Mom worked at Lowe's at one point in time, twice actually in her career. My dad has always shopped there. That's where we go get our stuff. We were Dewalt people. And that was true all my life. I'm almost 30. I'm severely disappointed with this company. Like, for so many reasons. But mainly for the reason that they have adopted the same low quality as Craftsman. Craftsman, if you didn't know, Craftsman and Dewalt are the same company. And if you go get a Dewalt battery and you get a Craftsman battery and you put them right next to each other, they look almost the same. Why? Because it's the same company. Now, I only figured this out, I don't know, how long ago was it? 6 months ago? Severely disappointed. Because when I first moved out on my own, I bought Craftsman tools. Because, again, they're Lowe's. I thought Craftsman was quality. I was a Lowe's junkie. I didn't know any better. I was wrong. Those tools sucked. And I felt like my money had just been stolen from me, quite frankly. The batteries fell apart. The impact drill that I got was garbage. Just overall, I didn't like and the drill I got actually stopped working a bit. Almost like it shorted out. Like every 5 seconds it's short. So, yeah, just absolutely garbage tools. So to figure out that they're owned by them and DeWalt are the same, and then to switch to DeWalt tools, not knowing that at the time, and now I'm having problems with my batteries and problems with my tools. Yeah, that's very irritating, and it's been enough to make me I'll be moving on. After these hit their life, I'm not gonna buy more of them. I might, solely for the reason that I have this DeWalt polisher. If I didn't have this polisher, that'd be the only reason why. But in my mind, if I switch to Milwaukee, get the Milwaukee polisher, I could sell this and just be done with it. And quite frankly, that's tragic because they had my buy-in. I mean, like I said, I'm almost 30. So for 29 years, they've had my buy-in. But running my own business with their tools has made me not want to buy their tools anymore. So my batteries, up until, like I said, about 6 months ago, I had problems with their batteries. My batteries were falling apart at the seams. And I don't beat my tools. I mean, if you look at my drill is not super beat up. I mean, it looks like a work drill. It looks like it's been used, but it's not like it's got, I mean, that's probably the worst part right there. But, I mean, for the most part, it's just a drill. Like, it's nothing, they're not talking to me. Oh my God, I'm so nosy. Let me pause it so he can have his conversation. If you can hear that, tonight is the Lions game versus Dallas. We in the Cowboys Stadium finna take their stuff, man. He excited. My neighbor got season tickets. His excitement is contagious because I'm ready to watch it too. Hey man, you gotta work? Man, what? Oh man. Oh my God. You gonna be back for the game? Of course. Alright, that's what I'm like. Yeah, he's a good dude. Yeah, homie said he got season tickets. They invited me down to the tailgate, man, when I went, because they were having a big tailgate for one of the Detroit games a while back. And they were basically inviting the public, like, yo, come tailgate with the city. And, I mean, thousands of people were down there, and I was like, bro, I appreciate the invite, but I can't even do it, dude. Cause I told him, I was like, I would try if I was free. But when I got to thinking about it, I'm like, man, I'm not gonna know nobody but him. And he was like, yeah, my family finna be tailgating, which is cool, but I don't wanna hang out with your family. If I'm going down there, I'm hanging out with you. And you finna go in the game. So I can't do that. But anyway, so Dewalt batteries. Back to the thing at hand. My batteries are bursting at the seams. I don't like bang my stuff up. I'm doing drill brushing carpets and upholstery. Like, I'm not doing carpentry or nothing like that. Nothing strenuous, right? So, and this is what I mean by busting at the seams. Like, literally, if you look, like, right there, at all my batteries, and right here, they all get these stress cracks. And then the next thing you know, they're popping open at the seams. Now, this one ain't completely detached yet. I could probably pry it open, but I'm not going to do that. This one is. So their batteries, once they break all the way around, right, you can come in and you can see exactly what's going on here. Now, none of this stuff is expanded or anything. There shouldn't be anything wrong with this battery other than the fact that it detached. But before it detached, I got shorting issues, and then eventually it just stopped holding a charge altogether. I'd get a minute, not even a minute of use out of it, and then it stopped working. Put it on the charger, it says it's fully charged, but yet nothing is happening in the battery. So, yeah, that, then, granted, if you call Dewalt, and your things are still within a certain warranty time, I think it's like a year or 2 years, they'll replace your batteries, which they did. They replaced my batteries for me, which is fantastic. But if they're all made like this, what good does replacing them do? You're just prolonging when I'm going to have to buy new batteries. And then the second part of the problem that I had with that was, when I first called and they said they were going to replace the batteries, dude was like, yeah, you just got to send them back to us. We're going to send you out some more. I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, yep, we're going to send you a kit. All you got to do is put them in there and send them back. I'm like, awesome. He said, but if you don't send them back, you're going to charge you. I'm like, okay. Not real sure how that would happen other than them having my address and stuff. But the fact he told me that kind of threw me off. So I was making sure and ready to send them back, right? Well, there's directions that came in that box that said to send them back. And it said that if your batteries are damaged or cracked or beyond repair, or exploded or whatever, or expanded, that they should not be shipped. And I was like, okay, well, if directions say I can't ship it, but the guy said I'm gonna get charged, how do I reconcile that? So I had to call Dewalt back. And the guy I talked to, he was like, yeah, you don't need to do anything with that, you can just throw them away. But instead of me throwing them away, I felt like I should tell other people, if your Dewalt batteries are falling apart at the seams, it's not you, it's their bad construction. And that is my biggest complaint about these batteries. Because they're not cheap. They're not cheap. I mean, they're not super expensive either, but they're not cheap. I mean, we're talking $50 a battery. That's not cheap. Talking about $100 a battery. That's not cheap. And so you think, oh, well, why is that wrapped up like that? Well, with the cracking that I had on these and the other 5 amps that I had, I decided, well, I'd like these to last, and I don't know when Dewalt's going to be able to say, yeah, we'll give you another free set. I'm not going to even chance that. So I took some waterproof, like, extreme sealant tape made for, like, water leaks and pools and stuff, and I wrapped my battery around it. And I got some, I believe that's called cellophane, but I could be wrong. But it's like cushioning, and it's got adhesive on the other side. So I adhese that around the battery so they're waterproofed and cushion proof. So if I hit something, it's gonna dampen the force on the battery, so I don't break my batteries at the corners and stuff, but also I don't damage anything while I'm polishing or I'm drill brushing something. I'm not hitting anything. And just my biggest concern was the water, because I feel like with drill brushing and all that, there's a good chance that the water that got in here and made these screws rusty degraded all this and basically made this happen. But that shouldn't be a problem. They're tools. They should be okay to get slightly wet. Man, it isn't like I'm drenching them in water. Should be okay to get slightly wet. They should be okay to get a little dinged around. They're tools. They're batteries for power tools. Like, if I can put this on, if they want me to put this on a sander or put this on an impact drill, like, it should be able to handle that force. And the vibration off the tools, I think, and the water and possibly the chemicals that I use and stuff, they're just crap. They are not conducive for detailing if I have to do this, you know? So, yeah, Dewalt batteries and Dewalt brand, you guys are not in my good book right now. And quite frankly, I wish Milwaukee was cheaper, because I would have already switched. Now, I would like it if someone from Dewalt reached out to me and made me feel better, because quite frankly, my family has been customers for years. But I understand if that's unrealistic. But I'm severely disappointed. I thought that Dewalt was higher quality than Craftsman. And I now know that that is not true. And that's disappointing. So, if you are looking to get tools for detailing, consider DeWalt, but also consider Milwaukee if you can afford it, or Makita, or something else where your batteries don't crack at the seams, because that's a problem that you don't want to have when you work around water or when you need your drill and stuff. And I'm going to have another video talking about why you shouldn't be dependent on a drill, but if you have one, they should work without you having to fireproof, waterproof your batteries. That's a problem. Jasmine with Jazzy Fresh Mobile Detailing. I have to get that in a minute. Y'all have a good night. One of the tools that you should have when you detail is a drill. Well, preferably with a drill brush attached of some sort, like this. Man, I didn't even think, you know what? This video just jogged my memory. I did a DeWalt video about their batteries, and I forgot to say that sometimes this thing just comes loose in the middle of using it, so I don't recommend DeWalt tools. But either way, if you have see what I'm saying? I just tightened that and it just came off. Just literally just proved what I was talking about.